good evening. I don't like how much I like. Good, so we've been sitting here, I think, for now good 8-9 hours. And actually, I'm super happy that my colleague here gave me the last slot. So why the last slot? When I was designing the lecture, it was something completely different, like my colleague before me. I should have talked about the boring stuff, data and analysis and reporting and all of this, which nobody cares about. And 2 days before, or 3 days before, there was an idea to change the topic and to do this. And then, why would I do this and not some fancy data stuff? First of all, everybody else does the data stuff. Second of all, this is not something that is discussed on conferences. This is not why. Multiple reasons. First of all, people are afraid. What will the others say if I talk about this? And this is one of the reasons why I wrote it for my MBA thesis. This is one of the reasons I'm writing about it or talking about it. And second of all, everybody else should talk about coding. So, I have to, something. So, about me is really, this doesn't work really. Thank you. So, 30 seconds about me. Technical guy, finished uni so many years ago that I feel very old. So, 20 years ago I finished uni. Something in data, basically from day one. I don't know if you remember, started with like SQL Server and Crystal reports and doing the fancy stuff now. In parallel, the bullet 3 is making me money. Bullet 4 is passion. So in the old age, it was not called engineering management, it was called team leading, it was called leadership, it was called being a human being, more or less. And out of this topic came the thesis of toxic management, and out of thesis of toxic management came this lecture. And what is this all about? And I made this slide. Jordan Peterson is not a self-help book. If you read it online, usually people will say, I read the recommendation. If you read Jordan Peterson, give it a shot. It's worth it. Most people say Jordan Peterson is self-help. It's not. Give it a chance. Okay, we have the next question here.
Thank you for... Thank you for the presentation. I have one question. Do you think there are specific job areas, professional fields, where this kind of toxicity is more common?
Who said that was? Come on. I have no idea who said it. HR, it's humans. And IT is very special. IT has a huge collection of introverts. IT has a huge collection of amazingly intelligent people who will never be able to look up a woman in the eyes, but they will be able to write poems to her for pages. But these people have a benefit. These people can change jobs. The most toxic, bullying, whatever, is in areas where people are desperate. Because there you can push people more. Lowly paid jobs where people cannot switch. And here they are controlled by the fact that they don't deliver. The people deliver. The code is a delivery. Right? But there, everybody can do the Excel. One comment, you open a job ad. I will answer you like this. On a data scientist role, how many people applies? 5, 10, 20, 50. Senior controlling position in a bank, how do you think many people applies? 700. I know. Who is easier to manipulate? The guy who is replaceable by 700 people. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, additional questions? Okay, okay, you need to have this. Please put here so we can record you while you're talking. Okay. Thank you so much. So, please tell your name and please ask only one question, as many as you want.
Hello, and thank you so much for the presentation. In your specific case, this was a study for your MBA. company, right?
Yeah.
And which industries did you focus on, or from where did you get the data?
The data was very simple. Data was questionnaires and interviews, but not public ones. Because to collect such a data, the people will not answer truthfully. How can you give a poll and then say in the poll your boss is shit? They will not answer this. So what we did is mostly interviews. I have unstructured interviews, 15, 16 people. There are B1s to C levels and employees around 20. And then I did the analysis. But the questions, if you put a public poll and send it to 200 people, and you put a question, do you think your boss is good? How many people will say he's good? Maybe he is. You just have to work a lot. So to test it is, so the answer is structured interviews.
Yes, but in a specific industry, like just in finance, or
wherever I could find, half is finance, some insurance, 2 telcos, and 1 IT company.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So fintech mostly, insurtech. Okay. Some additional questions? Okay, I have so many questions that I will pass.
We have a beer.
We have a beer. Beer side, yeah, of course. So, I would like once again a warm welcome and say thank you for Josip. I think it's an excellent talk. We will just have a presentation here ready. Just a second.
Just to see the stage. We are here sitting for 8 hours. Who analyzed how life changed due to the pictures here? We are talking IT, AI. What are these people doing? Drinking, seducing women, doing something, bringing stuff from the fields. And I don't know, this guy is playing a flute.
I hope it's good.
Yeah, the life was so cool.
Thank you so much. Okay, so basically, as you can maybe see, we like to be a little bit non-formal, because I truly do believe that Einstein had the sentence, intelligence is creativity, having fun. So being into one model, it's not something the science conference is all about. We are basically the platform where all of you can be here and find their place. So basically, that's how we come into connection with, I think, one of the most amazing guys I've met in the last year. And his name is Darko Nikolic. Just that. Yeah.
After finding it on LinkedIn, and basically it's true. Somebody was teaching about something, I put this photo and I really recycled without referencing, but the slide is super cool, and this doesn't happen too often. But if you find such a person, stay friendly, learn from him, and do everything else. But in all the other, most cases, you will not remember him calling for coffees or his birthdays. And then what do you do? Yeah.
I can use the mic here.
Yeah, somehow I will use the finger. So usually I call technical lectures this one. And I could have done one more technical lecture. I got 5 of them I did. But space. Oh Jesus.
Oh, what do you do?
I don't know, my finger is not too bad for it. First of all, why don't we talk more about this? About the same reason why we don't talk more about engineering management. It's because it's what? It's boring. It's soft skills. You have to talk to people. You have to manage people. Life training is hard. You have to talk. Yeah? And second of all, they're afraid for their careers. If we talk about this topic, somebody might say, "Oh, you're a tough person, you know, you're criticizing somebody." No. What we need to talk about are these bullet points. And I could talk about this topic for 2 hours. We will not talk about this for 2 hours, it's 25 minutes. But I will do a very, very basic summary. And when you go and try to be a good person and a good manager, try to understand that these are the topics you need to think about. And when you are an employee, and always try to put yourself in the employee's shoes, is try to see the early signs. And what are the early signs? First of all, you need to know what to look for. And if you know how to look for it, then maybe once you will become a manager, you will also try not to be such a person. There are symptoms here. Maybe the person is funny, maybe the person is happy, maybe the person is motivating. That doesn't mean he's a good guy. And you don't have to take it negatively. There's a lot of people who don't understand that they are doing things wrong. You have to talk to people. Maybe they're never taught. Management is a skill like everything else. There is some common background, how your parents grew you, what environment you grew up. But it can be taught. There is a huge part of self-confidence. Speaking up is very hard. Because you are afraid. What if he thinks I'm a bad person? Will I get a salary next month? Will I be able to pay bills? It's very hard to stand up. So we will discuss a little bit about this one. And there's a famous video. Whoever didn't watch it, please watch it. It's performance versus task. And we usually optimize performance and not task. YouTube, there is 5 versions there. And what he's telling, very short, in a 5-minute video, is that biggest companies in US are recruiting on task and promoting on task. Not on performance. Performance is forgotten by tomorrow. You get a tap on the shoulder and by morning it's forgotten. There is a link, but you can find it yourself. Because usually, you see this little thing. A project scope is always by this small little guy. You have 10 guys, 6 of them are just there to be there, to fill in FTE. But this little thing there is what keeps the project together. And if you lose this little guy, everything falls apart. First of all, we need to define what is not toxic management. We are all humans, and everyone can have a bad day. Everyone can have a cranky, everybody can have 10 meetings per day, and if you ever saw a mid-manager's Outlook calendar, it sucks as fuck. You have meetings every half an hour, you have 10 meetings per day, and then you start working. And sometimes they are doing what they are supposed to do. Going to work is not kindergarten. Sometimes they have to enforce the rules. And you go to work, you talk to people, and you don't even understand that the person you are talking to as a manager is actually toxic. Because people learn how to hide. And you can read a lot of psychology books on the topic. There is a lot of elements of sociopaths in management, proven for 50 years by studies, but they learn how to hide. And if you work in corporates, and if you work in any big company, even a small company, especially a small company, you probably met such a person. Some companies handle it quickly. I could give you examples from Google, I could give you examples from Microsoft. There are tests to find this out. Some people hide for 20 years. But what does it cause if not handled properly? First of all, morale and stability. One of the first KPIs is change of people in department or unit. First, it's a turnover, but negative turnover. And also self-esteem. Because very few people in the world have guts and self-esteem to stand up and say you are wrong. Especially if you need to pay bills. And this is a biological fact. I really like this photo. This applies also to managers. 40% of ants have no defined role and they pretend to work. Yet the collective somehow functions. Ants were on the planet much longer than humans. Humans act the same way, we are part of nature. Why is it easier to find such individuals in larger companies? Because it's easier to hide. You have a mass. In a big company of 100, 150, 200 managers, it's easier to hide. But the symptoms are the same. They all play on one thing. Individuals' insecurity. Because people are afraid. They need to pay bills. And not everybody is a data guy, not everybody is an IT guy. There are people who cannot find work overnight. And it always plays on the control. I need to control my people, I need to control my environment, I need to control my teams. And one thing which I also put on the slide, it works friendship. He's mine. He went to school with me. He's my friend. Even if he fucks up, he will be less punished than somebody else. And then in the last 5 to 6 years, we developed terms like mobbing and bullying, and actually nobody knows what is mobbing and bullying. Or teens, they don't know what is mobbing and bullying, and they use these terms. There's a strict definition what are these terms. It starts slow. It's like a small cancer. You don't feel it, it grows inside your body. But when you start feeling it, when the first symptoms appear, it's done. Basically then the doctors tell you have 9 months to live. It's too late. What are the strategies? It's like cancer, very slow. One really key point is that they use personal agendas. I need this. What's in it for me? Not for the project, not for the company, not for the development. What's in it for me? When you hear this sentence, they're destructive as hell in the long run. Extreme. Who are the targets? 2 types. One are strong individual contributors. Why? Because they will want their spot sooner or later. Get rid of competition. Yeah? Second, find weaker people to replace them, and find people who are poor in some way or less financially established. Ideal employee is the one who was 6 months unemployed. He's a jackpot. He will be desperate. He's probably also less capable, but he's desperate. And it starts slow. Your performance drops. You were 10 years an amazing achiever, and then this guy comes and you suck. But slowly you suck. You suck over months. You don't suck immediately. But you were 110%, then in 6 6 months you are 105%, and in 2 years you are 90% or 60%. But for 10 years you are 110% across 5 other managers. With some people it doesn't work. You just say, well, go screw yourself. I know I'm doing a good job. Then it escalates. Half truth. I told you, you promised, we promised, the client expected, you failed, you didn't learn enough, you suck. It starts to grow. Then your workload increases. You don't know some tech, you don't know some, I don't know, environment, methodology. And you get a task, it has to be done by Monday because I promised or we promised. And then you fail. And then you get a negative review, and then you suck, and then you are not motivated. It escalates. Who is the target is everybody. To the very toxic people, it doesn't matter if it's age, gender, nationality. You're either his or you're not his. Very simple. Binary world. And we should not use our perceptions of people to think, yeah, this is how the IT guys look, yeah, they have always work, they do nothing. They're happy guys. They just sit and code. A poor intern, he comes, probably almost nothing paid. Yeah, we can push everything on him. He will do it. What? He has to be happy he's here. Or this guy, what? He just plays around in Photoshop all day. Yeah, why do we need him? He's doing nothing. What? He's drawing nice pictures. Yeah? Or this guy, he has the Excel, the mighty Excel, the budget Excel. The same budget Excel that his predecessor already in pension for 20 years did. He added 4 columns. But he's the owner of Excel. Or the shark, the weasel, the guy who does everything. Or the supply chain, or the HR, or the CEO, or the lion on top. But the rules are the same. They're all human. And at the end of the day, it's all about the human. So I got a hint that I have 5 minutes, so I will need to increase. But
Question.
yes,
You're a bigger manager, so did you find some of the traits for yourself inside this?
you want for me?
Yes.
Of course. But for this you need to pay coffee. Not a free one, I mean the real coffee, yeah. This I commented. It usually happens to people who are quite good before. And then they can do nothing right. They receive rewards. Big companies like this, you know, you get a badge or a t-shirt or something. But they don't get it anymore. And advancements magically happen to the people who are their friends. Yeah? If these 3 things happen, have high suspicions. Usually it's black and white. Either you are for me or you are not for me. And it's usually about his or his circle of friends' benefit. Education is only there when he gets the benefit. And if you want something, then the question is usually, why do you need it? What's in it for me? Why will you go to some lecture which we don't need? Meaning I don't need? These are the first signs. And many people promote non-technical managers and some are amazing. So technical knowledge is not a prerequisite for management. And then it escalates to last 9 months of life. They didn't chase you away. You are that crazy guy, you want to stay? You survive all this. And then it starts to be nasty. Inventing stories, on purpose degrading reviews, pushing people to some people who are less established even go on sick leaves. So you don't serious, what? You are escaping the project and you are faking sick leave. Yeah? You suck. And this is a famous sentence from the most famous book on this topic. I have a list of books at the end to read. And this is the header of that book. Perfect blend of arrogance and ignorance. They know everything and yet they know nothing. Fear and intimidation. If I don't approve, it doesn't happen. I'm the big guy, big person. I'm coming to every stand-up every day and I'm asking you, what did you do from yesterday? Scrum and Agile are not about micromanagement. These people usually turn to micromanagement. I don't even need to comment. How did the employees progress? Is it only one guy or is it a team? And who are these who progress? Are they the same 2 guys out of 10 who progressed in the last 10 years? And what was the turnover of everybody else? And this is for the serious players. They come in suits, they come in ties, they are super serious, but they avoid every serious answer. Especially every technical answer, but every serious answer. But they look so serious. The visual appearance of, I don't know. If you are in a serious company, you will pass serious psychological tests when you enter. Trust me, you will. These people, more than not, are brought us by recommendation. Hear the rumors, everybody knows everything. Usually they do nothing, but everybody knows everything. And if you look for a good guy, the KPI is very simple. The people come happy to work. Because we are in IT, we can change company in a week. Why would we work there? If we work in a challenging environment, if we work in a good environment, we'll come happy to work. If you hate your work, change the profession. And I will leave you these 2 slides because I already see the wave of the hand behind. But if it continues, it will destroy you personally. You will be depressed, you will be angry, you will start to gossip, you will start to go for coffees where you say, why am I still here? And then you leave, but you say nothing. And this is how these people survive. So the last slide, what can we do? First of all, there is a slight possibility that the person is not aware. He doesn't know. And sometimes feedback helps, sometimes talking helps. Not often. And this is also a famous picture. If your job sucks, leave before your health is in danger. And really the last comment, a lot of text, I usually leave text for people to read. It's super hard to stand up to such people. And usually you're the first one. And you are judged. How can you do it? Will it impact your career? What will others say? Well, maybe nothing. Maybe it just took the first one to stand out. And imposter syndrome, I could talk for hours, but usually it's what prevents you from acting, because you will say, yeah, maybe he's right, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe he is correct, and this is the game. Read if you are interested. I put too many on the slide. Further reading. If you are interested in this topic, these are the books. There's a lot of people writing on it. If you go to Amazon Toxic Management, you will find 800 books. these are the books you should read. At least skim. And this is the order. This is personal taking care. This is detection of workplace. This is how to treat bullies. This is the quite famous book, the No Asshole Rule. This is psychological part of it, and this is handling your managers. Let's do coffee because somebody will kill me for overtime. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Josip, for this outstanding talk. I would like to, or I have 3 questions for you, but I will do it for you. Yeah. But my question is, does anybody has a question here? I can
Sorry.
Excellent.
I'm going to do it. Like this, okay.
Okay. Just a second. Thank you.
So, thank you very much for changing the topic. It's a really interesting topic. Everybody needs that because everybody works in some organization. And probably everyone has recognized somebody somewhere in some situation from you. But I'm a manager as well. I manage people above me, but also people below. Yeah. So I'm also thinking like, am I sometimes toxic? So my question is, are any of these books for the managers? Like the book How Not to Be Toxic? How to... Yeah.
I'm not using this one, so my voice carries a little bit. The answer is yes. The people that taught me a lot are professional coaches from Germany who are actually doing this with managers. And then I basically hid myself in one education that I shouldn't be by in the company. I can send you the other side books. I didn't put them on the slide. But there is a lot of literature, but it always comes down to how it's called in English, self-introspection. You do something, and you have to ask, yeah, I think I'm right. And you have to lower your ego. We all have a huge ego. It's amazing what kind of ego we have. Am I doing it for myself, or am I doing it for the benefit of company, project, others, people, whatever? And we all have egos. And for me, I will send the books to the same PowerPoint. That's not an issue, I do. But it's ego control. For me, the easiest answer is ego control. Am I right? And am I really, really right? For anything else, you can do coffee. I don't know.
Okay, Bogdan is the next one, and after I will give you.